It's finished here. Bournemouth 1, Tottenham 0. An absolutely shambolic display from Tottenham Hotspur. And, you know, the excuses are starting to run out. That was one of the worst displays, if not the worst display I've seen under Ange Postecoglou. In the first half, I thought they absolutely, you know, dismantled us in terms of physicality. Every time they went forward, they looked like they were going to score. But, you know, still we were creating chances down the other end. And they went in 1-0, and I thought it was deservedly so. But it wasn't, you know, the worst performance in the world. But second half, make a few changes, things start going in our way. We think we're really starting to get in the game with Sonny. Maddison has a chance. And, you know, we're really fighting our way back into the game. But that last half an hour was one of the worst half an hours of football I've seen in a very, very long time. It was embarrassing. There was nothing short of embarrassment. Lack of trying, lack of leaders, lack of energy, lack of everything. All the fundamentals that you need to be a football player. I'm sorry, that was shambolic from every single player on that pitch. And I'm telling you, there's not one player on that pitch that comes out with any credit today. I'm sorry, that was an absolutely shambolic display. It was embarrassing. And we were lucky to get out of that with a 1-0 defeat. 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. You know, you're not walking away from that surprise with the amount of chances that we were conceding. We were just letting Bournemouth get into our goal time and time again. And it was just Bournemouth poor finishing that saved our guts not to get embarrassed in the scoreline. But by God, did we get embarrassed on that pitch. Like, I don't know. I don't know where to turn now, because you're looking at the up and down results. You're looking at where we sit in the league table right now. We're sitting... Where are we sitting? 10th in the league. We're sitting 10th in the league. It's nearly halfway through the season, guys. We're in December. We're 6 points off the top four now. We're 1 point from 13th. We've got Chelsea on the weekend, another aggressive team. Whenever we come up against an aggressive team, we seem to just lie flat on our faces. There just seemed to be a complete lack of belief on that pitch. There was no one that stood up. No one that stood up for that team. And the only word for it is embarrassing, guys. I'm saying the only word for it is embarrassing. I said in midweek, there's no chance we win this game. I tried to get positive. I tried to delude myself into thinking Spurs can go out there and win. But we got the result what we deserved. We actually didn't get the result we deserved, because actually that glossed over us. Like that 1-0 win, that 1-0 loss, you know, words can't describe how frustrated and how fuming I am right now. And I said in the midweek as well, Ange Postecoglou, I've backed him, but I've also said that now I'm questioning him more than ever. Well, now I'm even questioning more than I've ever questioned him from the previous week. He's got a lot to answer for after that. He's got a lot to answer for, because he had a left winger on the bench. I thought the starting lineup was a bit peculiar, with Kulusevski on the left, with Brennan Johnson on the left and Kulusevski on the right. I said when the lineups got announced that I don't understand why that's happening, because Brennan or Decky, they never look comfortable on the left. Brennan Johnson was non-existent today. What did he do? He got his name called out on the team sheet. That's all he did today. Dejan Kulusevski, he was poor today. I'm going to give him a bit of a pass because he's brilliant all season, but he was shambolic. Maddison, he stepped up for about 10 minutes in the beginning of the first half. Nowhere to be seen after that. Nowhere to be seen. Dom Solanke, you know, got to put away your chances when they come to you. I've been sitting here too many times saying Dom Solanke, yeah, he works hard, the work rate's good, the hold-up play's good. But when he gets in his goal-scoring opportunities, he doesn't take his chances. You need to take your chances, and especially in a game like this. Man, this team is going to be the end of me, I swear. I don't know. I don't know where we turn. I really don't know where we turn, because that last half an hour was worrying, very, very worrying signs in terms of the direction of this club and which way this club is going. I'm telling you, that is worrying signs. And if this carries on, Ange Postecoglou ain't going to be in this job by Christmas. I've said it for the last few weeks. We beat Man City. It kind of put that to the back burner now, but now we've drawn to Fulham in a shambolic display where we should have lost, and we've lost to Bournemouth now where we should have got absolutely pummeled 4 or 5. I don't know how we turn this around. I really don't, with Chelsea coming up next. Like, I'm lost for words, man. I'm lost for words.
And she's got to take responsibility, 100%. I know we got centre backs out. I know we got injuries, all these different things. But I'm looking at the team we've got on the pitch. I'm looking at the quality we've got in midfield and some of the quality we do have out there. And to put in a performance like we did today, lack of, as you say, no aggression, just getting bullied. We're getting bullied by a 19-year-old centre-back. A 19-year-old centre-back. The marking from the corner that we conceded from was a disgrace. Completely left free. No one near him. He heads it. The easiest goal you're ever likely to see from a corner. No one's even thinking about marking him. The more Ange changed, I mean, Son obviously made a bit of an impact when he first came on, but he changed it. And I said at the time, he went 4-4-2. He put kind of Son in this 10 role with Solanke up front, Werner on the left, Johnson on the right with Decky and Maddison there as well. And I said, whenever we go 4-4-2, it never works. We always look too open. We always look very disorganised. And Bournemouth completely took advantage of it. Bournemouth completely ran ragged in that period. They were tougher than us. It was just weak and pathetic from Tottenham. Whenever we were playing the ball into feet, and we had Adams and Christie, and when he came on, Lewis Cook, just reading it every time and bullying our players off the ball every single time, and it just led to transition after transition after transition. And the reality is, the way we play, we have these. It's not just the inverted fullbacks. When you look at where our centre backs have the ball, we have pretty much all our players like in the final third, way ahead of the play. So as soon as they play into feet to one of our midfielders and they get intercepted, bam, they're in on our back line every time. And I'm sorry, that's a tactical issue. It's not of the players. It's not that they're not trying and all these different things. And look, there are probably elements of they're not being strong enough, all those different mentality. You can all say that, but that is tactical. The way we build up and the way they're intercepting it and transitioning every time, that is on Ange. That is transitions. That is that the opposition have picked up on and are exploiting, and that's a tactical flaw. That is not to do with the players. That is Ange Postecoglou weaknesses being completely exposed and exploited. And the last two games, it's been there for all to see. I have to say, Fulham should have scored more goals. Our best player on the day, hands down, was Fraser Forster on the last two games. Even him today, he played that ball to Decky and they intercepted it, very similar to what they've been doing in the centre of the park, and we got lucky with an offside. But time after time, we're being completely transitioned on in the last two games especially. I wouldn't say it's been as bad as this before that, but the last two games has probably been the worst I've seen of it. Happening against Palace as well, I would say, as well, in terms of the amount of times we just get completely transitioned on and we have no answer to it. And we don't see a way of turning it around. And this has happened now in recent weeks too many times for Ange to find too many excuses. It's not an injury problem, what I'm saying. Yes, we are having to use some players too often, you could argue. Yes, that we are maybe have a lot of injuries in our squad. I'm not denying that. There are definitely problems there. But we've got players on the pitch that are capable of much more than what I'm seeing. From how they're performing. We've got a lot of quality there, and we are very much being exposed. Today was very much, in my opinion, the way I saw it, was very much a tactical outdoing, very much so.